inside the Yorktown Siege Museum at Colonial National Historical Park. This is a Hessian cannon, cast in 1776, surrendered at Yorktown. The silk regimental flag of the Ansbach Bayreuth Regiment, also captured here. Then presented to the Continental Congress before being presented to West Point, the United States Military Academy. It's a Hessian bayonet, Virginia halfpennies, cartridge badge from the Von Boos Regiment. Portion of a Brown Bess. And the butt plate of a Brown Bess. Trigger guard of a Brown Bess. Entrenchment tools. For the earthworks all around the Yorktown, these would have been used by both the British, the Continentals, the French. According to Hessian Journal, the British artillery was not removed from the ships in a timely manner. And when 3 French vessels came up the York River, had they known that, would have wreaked havoc on the British encampment at Yorktown. So this is Washington's marquee. This outside portion, it would have been linen. That's not original. But when you walk inside, it mentions you need to be 6'2". General Washington's marquee. There's some examples of tent poles that were on loan, that are on loan, or a portion. The tent bag is on loan from the Arlington House. So that's the tent bag. That's the packing case. These are tent poles. And once inside, you can see the green portion was original. And that's literally right here, the doorway of his marquee. Washington literally would possibly hit his head right here on that wool portion, or touch it. It's a very thin layer of wool. It's very old wool, and its original color was green. So in here, you can see the size of this was significant compared to soldiers' tents, even officers, junior officers' tents. This enormity is obvious. So there's a table for maps, working day and night. Probably not in the wintertime. Washington would have a house like he did here at Yorktown. This is a campaign. Probably had about 3 of these. A portion, or an original one, is also at Valley Forge. And then another one at the museum. Wait, maybe it's the same one. That's at the Museum of the American Revolution. That was formerly at Valley Forge. I don't know. I think they're different. Nevertheless, Washington's headquarters, the green portion to the top is original. The white linen that would have been there is not original. That's reproduction. So all of these stools that would have been used reproductions. Probably everything in here, or most of what's in here is reproduction. That trunk could very likely be original. I think there's one like that at Mount Vernon as well. Maybe not as large, but he would have more than one trunk. Yeah. So right here we have a chamber tent from 1776. This would fit inside the marquee for Washington and be his private quarters. It is linen weave. The sleeping marquee is owned by Valley Forge Historical Society. Yeah, so that's at Valley Forge. That's different than the one at the Museum of the American Revolution in Philadelphia. George Washington Parke Custis may have cut pieces from the walls and given them away as souvenirs. Pieces of the tent have been identified in several public and private collections. So this is definitely original as well. Civil War General Irvin McDowell says, "I have, during the time I have been here, endeavored to take the greatest care of the house. This place is not a safe one for preservation of anything that is known to have an historical interest, small or great." So that's going to become Arlington National Cemetery. The house is still there. So this was in Robert E. Lee's collection. Selina Gray, one of Robert E. Lee's slaves, took care of Washington's tents. This is Lord Cornwallis's table. That would have been used on his campaigning. Replica of a ship. Does a good depiction of not a lot of room to walk. I used to have some of these at Brandywine. I don't know if they're still there in their visitor center. Probably from the bicentennial. It's still pretty cool though. There's Hamilton. Here's Hamilton's assault on readout number 9. No. Yeah. Hamilton, readout number 9. General Washington ceremonial setting off of a cannon. That would be the rotund Henry Knox. And senior officers. And that would be Rochambeau on the left and Washington on the right. From this picture.